One lottery ticket makes a big difference for our state students. And when I say big, I mean bigger than jackpot big. Since 2002, South Carolina students have benefited from more than $6 billion in lottery-funded scholarships and grants, including the Life, Hope, and Palmetto Fellow Scholarships. With every lottery play, you're supporting our students, and that adds up in a big way. That's why education is our middle name. Learn more at sceducationlottery.com/betteryou.
Wake your ass up, fool. Johnjay and Rich. What's crackin'-lackin'? This is the big boss dog, Snoopy Deagle Double Jizzle. Bang, boom, what you gonna do? Johnjay and Rich. We're not talking about Ren 1010. We're not talking about Lassie. It's the one and only dog, y'all. The classy, sassy, big Snoop Deagle Double Jizzle. In your face to be, and in the place to be. And you're listening to Johnjay and Rich. Wake your ass up.
Johnjay and Rich. Our phone number is 877-937-1047. Website, johnjayandrich.com. All social media, Johnjay and Rich. You can text us, text JJR and whatever's on your mind to the number 96893. Okay, listen to this. There's a country station in our building, legendary country station, KNIX, legendary country station for like 50 years, number one country station in the country. And my son, Dutch, told you guys, he's so eclectic with his music. He loves all kinds of music, you know, from reggae to hip-hop to freaking country music. So the other night, he went to that Zach Bryan concert that was sold out, and he was there, right? And a few, I'm going to say 6, 7, 8 months ago, our country station was they have this promotion called The Secret Show, right? And they bring in a big name, like they brought in the past Morgan Wallen,
Yep.
Kane Brown,
Yep.
right? So somebody came up to me that works at the radio station and said, hey, you probably want your son, he's a country fan, you probably want him to go to this show tonight. And I was like, okay. So I go, Dutch, this is a big country artist. I don't know who it is. He's, let's go. So we went. It was Thomas Rhett. Big artist. But
Awesome.
Dutch was like, not into it. So we left. Well, yesterday was another secret show. And this is on the heels of Zach Bryan. So I was trying to figure out, is this something that I want my son to go to? And the thing is, the country station, like only 2 people know who the artist is, right?
They really keep the show a secret.
Way secret. And so I was kind of walking around yesterday trying to find out if I could get a clue on who it was. So I did a little research, and I find out that Jelly Roll was cruising through town in his tour bus. So I was like, that's got to be it. It's got to be Jelly Roll, right? And if you don't know who Jelly Roll is.
I am not okay. I'm barely getting by.
Such a good song.
Yeah.
I'm losing.
You might know him from episode 7 of Tulsa King, season 2.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He does his whole song.
So he's everywhere, Jelly Roll, right? So I feel like it's got to be Jelly Roll. And I have
why would his tour bus just be cruising around?
And it's a secret, and it's one of the biggest radio stations in the country, so why wouldn't Jelly Roll be doing this thing for our company? So I text Dutch, hey, I think it's Jelly Roll. It's at 7. He's like, I got a basketball game. I can't go. I'm like, oh, okay. So then I walk into the back office there where Kyle and Noah are, and I go, hey, I think the artist for the secret show is Jelly Roll. I go, but, you know, and she's like, Kyle's like, how do you know? And I go, well, I kind of didn't want to say all the information where I got it.
He said an undisclosed source.
Yeah, right. So then she goes, which I wasn't excited. Was surprised for this. She goes, oh my God, Easton, her son, loves Jelly Roll.
He's obsessed.
And then she shows the playlist that Easton has put together on her phone of Jelly Roll and
Bluey. That's it. The only music he listens to are Jelly Roll songs and songs from the show Bluey. I love
so now
that.
I'm out of it, right? I'm out of it. I'm done. I'm out of it, right? But it's a secret. I'm out of it. About an hour later goes by, Payton texts me, rumor is Jelly Roll's coming to going to be the thing. I go, really? Then someone else texts me, hey, I think it's Jelly Roll. And I'm like, I think that came from me. And then I text Payton back. I go, I think that came from me, right? So it kind of like started going around and around.
The brush fire had started.
Well, you came in and I'm like, listen, if I could get my son to see Jelly Roll, I would be like Mom of the Year.
Exactly.
Right?
I get it.
Like, you know his passion, you know his whatever. So, yes, it did come from you because then I was walking around with Payton trying to find out who would give up the dish. And I had no idea. Like, I know that, like, KNX has been doing this promotion for a really long time. And I'm really not a country person.
Right.
Like, it's not my genre per se. But now the fact that my son is interested, now I'm interested. And I had no idea how incredibly, like, FBI Secret Service they are
Right.
about the secret of secret show.
Right,
And I
right.
was getting frustrated. I'm like, I'm not going to tell anyone. Just tell me. Because if it is Jelly Roll, I really want to go. But if it's not Jelly Roll, I'm not sure Easton would care. And it's a school night. And so it's like, do you and do I sacrifice sleep for I would for my son if it was like someone awesome or
Totally
whatever?
get it as a parent. So when I was on Instagram last night, I go, I wonder who the artist was. And I look and I see on Kyle's Instagram, her and Easton at the show. So I was like, oh my God, it's Jelly Roll.
It was not, in fact, Jelly Roll.
Who was it instead of Jelly Roll?
It was Jordan Davis.
Buy dirt, find a one you can't live without. Get a ring, let your knee hit the ground.
Good song.
Now,
Love because
Easton does know some Jordan Davis songs, but he doesn't much care about seeing Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis isn't on his playlist. It's Jelly Roll. It's only Jelly Roll. So we get there, and they had the opener was this guy who had won The Voice. He was on Team Blake Shelton. He was a country guy, and one song in, Easton goes, "Mommy, I want to go home. It's not Jelly Roll." I was like, but we don't know yet. This isn't the main guy. We don't know yet. And so I'm texting Brooke from the show over, like our sister station. And I was like, hey, when does the main act go on? Like, I already know no one's going to tell me who it is. But like, what time does the main act go on? And so this time it's like 7:10. The show started at 7. And she's like, oh, the main act goes on at 7:45. And I'm like, ooh. I don't know if we can
Right.
wait till that. Like, he's already telling me he wants to go. And when Easton has his mind set on something, it's going to be like, he's the whole reason I'm there anyway. And so by that time, I had actually gotten word already that it probably wasn't Jelly Roll, but there was still a part of me that was like, but it could be.
Right.
But it still could be, right?
Right.
And so we stayed about 15 minutes more. The open act, actually, he covered a Jelly Roll song.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Maybe you should have known by then it wasn't Jelly Roll because they'd be like, hey,
yeah.
if he's doing my music
doing my
before I
jam
come
for him.
out, and it's not it. I thought when I heard it was Jordan Davis, I was like, that sounds familiar. Is that the guy that won Dance with the Stars? We've seen him around a bunch of times. I can't remember who that guy is, but I don't think it's that guy. You know how people cross over. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
He was like a Disney guy. There was a time period where he was everywhere in our lives. I thought his name was Jordan Davis. Anyway,
Funny.
gosh darn, I wish I could remember this guy's name. He won America.
Oh, wait.
This is Jordan Davis.
Okay, look up.
No,
can
you're-
you just look up Dance with the Star winners, please, real
Okay.
quick?
You're thinking of the guy who was on Disney, too.
Yes, that's what I said.
And
Disney.
then he was on Grease, the live musical.
Yes, Jordan something.
Yeah, I think I have his phone
I
number,
thought,
actually.
I thought maybe he went on to become a country singer.
Yeah, I don't think that's him.
No, I know it's not him, but I was trying to think what that guy's name was. Because now, if we don't get to it right now, I'm going
Is
to get
there
this.
a Joey Grazier?
No,
Grazier?
no, it's Jordan Davis. Dancing with the Stars. Anybody know? Oh,
Jordan
no,
Fisher.
Jordan Fisher, that's it. I thought he had gone country.
Yeah, no, not Jordan Fisher. It's not him.
Couldn't even
Anyway.
say anything.
My apologies for starting a rumor. Terrible game of telephone.
Thanks a lot, Johnjay.
Yeah. Kyle, what's coming up with 3 things you need to know?
I'm going to tell you what the FBI says you should really stop texting. Next with Johnjay and Rich.
Hey, everybody, this is your boy Jelly Roll, and you're listening to Johnjay and Rich.
Galampa with 3 things. What do you know?
The FBI is warning Americans that apparently we all need to stop sending certain types of text messages because, actually, this is multiple government agencies, not just the FBI. They're saying Chinese spies have figured out how to snoop on Americans after hacking into some major phone carriers. So they're saying stop sending unencrypted text messages. You're like, I don't know if the messages I send are encrypted or not, because that was the question that I had. They're like, if you have an iPhone or an Android, you don't have to worry about like Google Message or iMessage or your regular text messages. They're talking about apps like Signal or WhatsApp. Those are unencrypted,
I
and
thought
those
Signal
will be
was
side up.
encrypted.
But why do they
I
care?
don't know. That's what they said.
Like, if we worked for the government, I get it. But I don't think if they're going to read, the Chinese people going to read my messages and be like, oh, look it, he's going hiking today.
They're just saying it makes everyone a little more vulnerable. So if you're worried about people spying in on you and you know about encrypted and unencrypted, just don't do the unencrypted ones.
What do you want from Chipotle?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Boy, they sure eat a lot of Chipotle over in that house.
So I'm kind of surprised that the data wasn't released until now, but it is, and it's kind of as expected. They say Cyber Monday was the biggest online shopping day ever. $15.8 million were spent every 60 seconds.
Oh my gosh.
So they're saying a little over $13.3 billion was spent on Cyber Monday.
Good job,
this
Cyber
year.
Monday.
Isn't that wild?
Consumers,
I mean,
that's for sure.
that's a new thing. Like Black Friday's been around forever, but now with the internet, I mean, that's just crazy.
Yeah, no, it was 13.3 billion more. It was actually 41.1 billion was the actual total number.
It was all at the Gap.
Johnjay's, I mean, I bought stuff Cyber Monday. Johnjay bought stuff Cyber Monday. It's like we were all part of that. But it's like, I think it also has to do with like there's been so much inflation that we all saw this opportunity to actually get a deal. And we're like, man, I'd rather do that. But I'm going to have to buy these presents anyways.
This T-shirt I'm wearing, I opened it today. It's brand new. The sticker on it, $24.99. I got it for $4.
Hey, now.
Hey.
It's pretty amazing.
Cyber Monday.
Pretty amazing.
That's Cyber Monday.
So we're going to start seeing a lot of these because it's, we're gearing up for the end of the year. So you're getting like the most popular XYZ of 2024. TikTok just ranked their most popular viral trends. Any guesses off the top of your heads?
Demure.
Biggest demure.
Yeah.
That was number one.
Yeah.
Yep. Very demure, very mindful. That was huge on TikTok. I mean, it took over.
What about
for
in
a
the
few
club?
days.
We all fan.
That wasn't on the
No?
top of their list.
Brett Summer.
Brett Summer was the man in finance meme.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
What about my money don't jingle jingle? Oh,
That wasn't on there. Yeah. Moo Dang.
Oh, yeah. That Mudang is so cute.
And Pesto, an oversized king penguin from Australia.
Oh, the little fat penguin.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know, those are the top ones on
I agree with
TikTok.
those.
And that's 3 things you need to know.
Payton, what's the vibe for horoscopes today?
Well, if you're a Disney fan, you need to call us because I'm going to tell you your Disney character vibe for Walt Disney Day.
Megan, hello. What's your sign?
I'm an Aries.
Okay, Aries, you guys give Hercules energy. You're the hero of your own story, and today's a perfect day to flex your confidence. So channel your inner Hercules by tackling something that seems impossible. Just remember, strength comes from within, and a little self-belief goes a really long way for my Aries.
Wow, that's very fitting. I love that one. Thank you so much.
One of the most
welcome.
underrated Disney movies, I think, too. Hercules.
It's a good movie.
So good.
Strong.
Thanks, Megan. Have a great day.
Oh, you're welcome. You too.
How about for Rich the Pisces?
Yeah, Rich, my Pisces. Rich, you are giving Ariel's dreamy feels vibes. Your imagination is your playground, and today you are swimming through a sea of inspiration. So channel Ariel's curiosity to explore new horizons. But remember, you don't have to trade your voice to follow your dreams. Speak your truth, Richie.
Strong, powerful.
It is.
And the music of that movie is one of the best, too.
Yeah.
How about for Libras?
Yeah, Kyle is my Libra. You are giving Cinderella's ball vibes. So your charm and grace are peaking today, and it's giving ultimate princess energy, which my Libras bring anyway. So whether it's networking, flirting, or just showing off your fashion game, you are dazzling everyone around you. So make sure you make it home before midnight tonight. I know you had a late night last night, but tonight, make it early.
Yeah, that'll be an easy one to get.
Okay.
How about Virgo?
Yeah, Virgo Johnjay, you are giving fairy godmother perfection vibes today. Your knack for planning and problem solving is just unmatched. You are the fairy godmother everyone needs. So today, sprinkle your magic dust where it's needed most and take a moment to pamper yourself. Even fairy godmothers need spa days.
Speaking of fairy godmothers, did you guys see the trailer for Snow White?
Yeah.
The Snow White? First, I was kind of like, and then I watched the whole thing, and by the end, I was like, that seems pretty cool. What do you guys think?
I think it looks good.
Yeah,
She
me
can
too.
sing.
Yeah, Rachel Ziegler.
Yeah, she's so good in West Side Story, but she can really
Yeah.
sing. But the Wicked Witch is Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Gal Gadot.
Yeah, and it was kind of like when I was watching, I was like, that's Wonder Woman. I'm not going to be able to not think it's Wonder Woman. And by the end, she was the Wicked Witch. Like, it wasn't, it was a good trailer, Snow White. What about for you for Leo?
Yeah, Leos, we are giving Simba on Pride Rock vibes. So main character vibes for us. We are living like the king or the queen of the Savannah Day. So step into the spotlight, inspire your crew, and don't shy away from celebrating yourself. P.S. The Circle of Life says, what you give out will come back around.
Gary, good morning. What's your sign?
My goodness, it's Capricorn. I'm calling to find out what Disney movie I am.
Well, you're actually giving one of my favorites, which is Tiana's Grind for Capricorn vibes. Your ambition is unmatched, Gary, and today is the day to get stuff done. Channel Tiana's determination by focusing on your goals, big or small, but don't forget, success is sweeter when you take your time to celebrate your wins.
I've got that big Gianna energy today, Payton. I love it. I'm about to do so many big things.
Okay. Gianna or Tiana,
Thanks, Gary.
either one works.
Shwandina, good morning. What?
Hi. I'm already laughing because you said my name wrong already. But
How did I
it's
say
okay.
your name? I'm reading it how it's SHAWNDINA. No? Is that how you spell it?
No. So this is why I'm calling. So it's Sean, like SHAWN, and then Dina, like DEANA. And so I was telling Payton that I was listening to you guys. I'm like way behind on the podcast, so I'm like listening from September. And I was telling her that you guys had a caller, and you were trying to figure out how to say her name. And her name was Dina, and you spelled it. You were like DEANA. And you were like, how do we say her name? Is it Dina or is it Deanna? And I'm listening because I've had this issue all my life. So, people have mispronounced my name. And so I'm yelling at the radio. I'm like, it's Dina. And you were like, I think it's Deanna. And you guys were going back and forth on it. And I don't remember if you like came to a conclusion and you ended up calling her Deanna. And I'm yelling at the radio because I have this, I literally have arguments with people about how to say my name. There was this lady on, a customer service. She was like, I don't see a Shondina. I don't see an order for Shondina, but I see one for Shondiana. And I'm like, no, you don't. You
Okay, so look, I'm reading the way your name was spelt on the screen, and you're right. I said it wrong. But here's why, I think. Here's why. So the whole Deanna thing, my mother-in-law's name is Deanna. So I think when you see, so I saw, and then we always talk about show bonding. We call it schwanding. So when I looked at your name here, I thought it was Schwandina. So I think that's, if I had to come up with an excuse of why I said it that way, that's why, because I said it that way, you corrected me, and I just looked at it, and I kept seeing Schwandina. And then I look at it carefully. I'm like, oh, no, it's SHAW. It's Sean. Shondina, what's wrong with me?
Yeah, and I give a pass on you because I know how your brain works, so it's fine. So.
Well, listen, you are awesome, and thank you so much for listening. Wait till you hear this on our podcast a month from now.
I know, right? Have a great day, guys.
You too. Bye-bye.
Nice to meet you.
Bye.
Rich, what do you got for life hacks today?
There's a hack on where you should rent or buy your next house or apartment based on what's around you.
You know what I have in Stacks? That all of us are 100% guaranteed to have this certain molecule in our water, which I find impressive. 100% guaranteed. Stacks and Hacks coming up next with Johnjay and Rich.
Hey, better wake up. Wake up. Listen now.
Radio. Johnjay and Rich wake you up.
Time for Stacks and Hacks. I have Stacks information. Rich has life hacks. I find this so interesting. The probability of you drinking a glass of water that contains a molecule of water that was peed out of a dinosaur is 100%.
Wow.
Whoa.
100%.
That is going to mess with my head forever.
Kinda neat.
How do they figure that?
42% of Americans plan to buy themselves at least one gift for the holidays. I would agree with that. Sam's Club is testing something called the Holodog, which combines Thanksgiving and Christmas. The crazy topping options are mashed potatoes, pumpkin pie, Christmas cookies, and candy canes on a hot dog.
Interesting.
Get this. Guy walks into a restaurant, 42-year-old man walks in a restaurant, sits down, asks for a menu. They drop off the menu. He goes into the bathroom. 15 minutes later, he comes out totally naked and sits down at the table.
Okay.
Anyway, he got arrested.
Oh. Must be a great menu.
69% of Harvard's incoming students claim to be virgins. That's the highest percentage in 11 years. Have you guys heard of this werewolf syndrome?
No.
Okay, so some infants are developing werewolf syndrome due to their parents taking minoxidil, a popular over-the-counter hair loss drug. The kids are growing furry hair on their back, legs, and face. And sometimes they resemble the Wookiee from Star Wars, which is Chewbacca. I take this stuff.
Really?
It's Rogaine.
Rogaine.
Oh, I thought you said it was hair loss. It's hair growth.
Well, Rogaine prevents your hair from falling out.
Oh, okay.
But they call it a hair loss drug. So, sources say Jessica Biel and Justin Timberlake are on a marital break for the holidays.
That's not going to end well.
There was rumors that the night he got his DUI, he was actually with another girl.
Oh, damn.
That was a rumor, but I don't know if it's true.
Yale University has dropped their annual list of the most notable quotes of the year. They don't have to be eloquent or admirable, just pretty popular. None of these quotes, I think, are, eloquent or admirable.
Oh.
But can you guess what are the quotes?
Demure.
No. Here are some of the quotes. Yes, they can control the weather. That was U.S. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene. Fight, 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 Donald Trump after the attempt on his life. Number 4 is I've become friends with school shooters. That's VP candidate Tim Walz when he meant to say he was friends with survivors. The number 3 quote of 2024 is, in Springfield, they're eating the dogs.
They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat.
Number 2 is, today I signed a pardon for my son Hunter. And the number 1 quote of 2024 is Taylor Swift, childish cat lady, childless cat lady, when she signed her Instagram post. She's on the top of everything.
All political this year.
A new study, they did a big research study and asked people what songs would they want played at their funeral, which I find somewhat topical since I was just at a funeral the other day.
Mm-hmm. Bye, bye, bye.
Bye, bye, bye. By NSYNC, that's
nice
yours?
Choice.
That's yours?
Mm-hmm.
Kyle, what about you?
The really sad Sarah McLachlan one.
In the Arms of an Angel?
Yeah. Such a good song, though.
Rich?
Elvis Presley, there'll be peace in the valley.
Well, these are the top choices. Okay, good stuff.
Another one bites the dust. You are so beautiful. Imagine there's no heaven.
Yes, it was my way.
Doctor, ain't there nothing I can take? I said, doctor, to relieve his bellyache. Don't come around tonight. Well, it's bound to take your day. There's a bad moon on the right.
What do you got for life hacks, Rich?
All right, let's talk about where to rent or buy your house or apartment, because it matters. Now, if you buy a house that happens to be near a Starbucks or a Dunkin' Donuts, your property value worth way more than if you bought in a similar neighborhood without one. So look for that if you want your house value to go up. And if you buy or rent a place near a hospital whenever the power goes off, like in a storm or something like that, those are the neighborhoods that get the power on back the fastest because of the hospitals. And best, free Wi-Fi is always near schools and parks. Who knew? So check your Wi-Fi before you move in, too, because you don't want crappy Wi-Fi when you move into a place, because that screws up your whole life. You can't watch shows on Netflix at regular speed. It's always buffering, and that's terrible. Those life hacks and many more are up at johnjayrich.com.
Somebody hit on Payton. In fact, call us at 877-937-1047. Tell us about somebody random that hit on you, because it was somebody random hit on Payton. We're going to hear that story. But call us, 877-937-1047. We're going to get into it after the song that I want played at my funeral, Sabrina Carpenter. It's Johnjay and Rich. Text us. Text JJR, whatever you want to say, to 96893. Here's a text, because the beauty, one of the cool things about our show is that if you can't listen to us live, you can listen to our podcast. This 218 number says, I just listened to the Christmas Wish. I've listened to so many of them before, but this sure pulled at my heartstrings, made me tear up. You can donate to Christmas Wish at loveupfoundation.org. So we want to get into, I don't know, people that have hit on you, right? That are just, it was awkward, right, Payton? Like, what happened?
Yeah, it was really awkward. So I've told you guys I coach high school girls basketball, and we're right in the middle of basketball season right now. And we had a game last night, and I'm literally like, our team is warming up, and I'm out on the court with the girls, you know, making sure that they're focused and communicating and, you know, giving tips and pointers and things like that. And so I'm standing there, and this guy comes up to me randomly, and I'm like, hi, like, we're literally in the middle of doing something, like, can I help you? And he's like, hey, yeah, I actually just reffed the freshman game. What's your name? Blah, blah, blah. Is this your first year coaching? And I'm like, hey, my name's Payton. No, this is my 4th season. Can I help you? Like, I'm in the middle of doing something. And he was like, are you single? And I was like, no, I'm not. He was like, well, you don't have a ring on your finger. And I was like, that's right. I don't. I'm waiting on that. Thank you for the reminder. But I'm not single. And he was like, well, can I have your number? And I said, no, I am not single. I'm in a relationship. I've been with my boyfriend for 4.5 years, and I'm waiting on him to propose to me. And he was like, well, can I follow you on Instagram? And I was like, you can follow the Johnjay and Rich show on Instagram, and then you can catch me that way. And it was the most awkward thing ever. I was like, can you believe?
You're like, how many times do I have to say no?
I know.
In different ways.
No, and like, I'm not going to give you my personal Instagram so you can be blowing me up in my DMs.
That's weird that he didn't back off right away.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, catch a hint.
I kind of admire the boldness of just introducing yourself, but once you get the note to back off, you back off.
That's what I'm saying, because like a lot of times, everything like that comes through social media and DMs and things like that. You don't really, I can't tell you the last time somebody has walked up to me and been like, hey, can I have your number? It's been a really long time. And I was just like, get the hint, dude. Move. Beat it.
But it's also kind of flattering.
It was very flattering. And then I told my head coach, I was like, I'm not doing my makeup at work anymore. I'm not doing my makeup at basketball games anymore, because it's actually the second time that that's happened.
Did you tell your boyfriend?
Season. Yeah, I told him right when he got home.
What did he say?
Well, I think I kind of threw him off his tracks a little bit.
You're like, so I gave him my number.
Oh my God, no, I would never do that. I would
like, you better put a ring on it, sir.
I mean, he's right. I don't have a ring.
What did he what did he say though when you told him? He was just like,
well, he was so persistent. Literally, that was the exact conversation.
your
Oh, Kadeem? Oh, he was like, okay. And he was like, did you give him your number? I was like, no. He was like, is that how that conversation really went? I was like, yeah. And that was it.
I remember when my wife was, because we're in here all the time, and you got to drop off kids and pick up kids at school. And our kids were in elementary school, and I remember she went to go, every day she'd drop them off, and every day she'd pick them up. And this dude in a suit gave her flowers one time.
I remember that. I was like, are you jealous?
I was like, that is so nice. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, it was flattering, but I was just like, take no for an answer, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I guess. I was like, I have a lot of friends that I'm sure would love to date you. Go find one of them somewhere.
I got a guy, the guy I told you about, the podcast that I just did, the guy from The Bachelor?
Oh, yeah.
This is going to sound stupid or arrogant or whatever, but he's 31, 32 maybe, and single. And I was like, bro, I can find you a girl. I know I can. And then I thought about it after I left. He was on The Bachelor. You know what I mean? And then he was on The Bachelorette.
He had this
and he
pick of
was
the
like,
litter, literally.
He had like a network trying to find him. And then I thought, yeah, I'm better than that. I've set up now, I think 6 people out of the. I've set up a handful of people now, but 6 people now are in relationships that I set up.
You set up a few marriages.
That's
though.
right, 5 marriages.
Yeah,
but
that,
the last couple
married.
I set up, they're living together now.
Wow.
So I kind of felt like I could show The Bachelor, the TV show, that maybe they need to hire me as a consultant if I was to get this guy a girl.
What kind of girl would work for a guy like that?
I don't know. I was trying to think of any women, because he's 31, 32, so I would probably go 25, 26-year-old maybe. But I don't know any. That's the thing. I don't know anybody. I know a handful of great guys, but I don't know any single women.
You're going to get inundated now because everybody's
Jenna
looking for somebody.
From the show.
I actually thought about that. I thought about that for Jenna. But I don't know him well enough yet.
You don't know the compatibility.
Right, him and I had a text exchange after I did the podcast, and then yesterday I talked about him on the show. So I don't know if that was a negative spin or a positive spin on him, but I haven't heard back from him. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I don't know if he we didn't say anything bad about him, right?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, I really enjoyed
You
my
said
time.
all great things.
Okay, good. Anyway, I didn't tell you guys this. I don't know why I didn't tell you guys this, but last Monday I was working out and I tore my pectoral muscle right here. I tore it like badly, where it got purple and black and blue.
Above your
your right chest muscle.
Okay.
Right. So I didn't know how to rehab it or didn't know what to do, because I left to Hawaii the next day. Right. So I was I couldn't even do one push-up. Let's just say one push-up. Right. So it was pretty bad. And I think I've told you guys about my wife's had all these back problems, right? Yeah. So she found this one doctor. His name is Dr. Singh, Singh. And he's like this miracle worker. And he saw things in her MRI that no one else saw. She doesn't need surgery. She has a torn, what do you call this muscle back here? Hamstring. She has a torn hamstring that no one ever saw. That's what our back pain is. So he's got this machine. It's called shock treatment. And she bought like 3 sessions, and he shocks her. Then he gives her this injection, and he's like, you will be fine soon. Just stick with me, right? So yesterday, she said to me, do you want to come with me to the doctor? I'm like, yeah, sure. So I drove her there, and I watched the treatment. And I'm in this room with this doctor and her for a long time, right? So and he's talking. He's from India, and we're talking back and forth about stuff, and he's working on her. And then at one point, he's telling me about the machine he has, and I was like, for example, would it heal? Because it heals with like magnets, and it heals with like laser and stuff, and it's more powerful than anything, right? It heals tendons and stuff. And I go, so like, could you fix my pec? He's like, what happened to your pec? And I tell him, he's like, let me see, take off your shirt. So I'm like, oh, yeah. So I take off my shirt. He looks and he starts poking around and goes, oh yeah, you tore this thing. So next thing you know, he's doing an ultrasound. Next thing you know, Blake's just laying on this table, and this guy's not working on me like it was about. Yeah, and he's working. So he gets the machine. He starts putting the machine on my chest. And he starts doing an ultrasound on my chest. He's like, "Dude, that's like level 2 tear.
Dang.
It's really bad."
Can you feel it when he's doing all that?
It hurts. So he goes, "Let me put." So he puts the machine on me, and he goes, "Can you come back Friday?" And so I'm like, "Yeah, I can come back Friday." So I got an appointment on Friday. So when we're done with that. We're leaving there, and there's this weird little strip mall that has a couple of random shops. It's got a Thai chili to go. It's got like an acai bowl place, and it's got there's like a workout gym there, right? And so Blake goes, let's go get an acai bowl. So we stop in there and get an acai bowl, and in fact, it was a fantastic bowl. It was like mango meshed with coconut and all this stuff. I forget the name of the place. Called Playa Bowls, maybe. They only have one location, but it was fantastic. So I'm like, this is a good date. It's a good date night. Go get a little work on the pec. You get a little work on your back. So now, Friday, tomorrow, I have an appointment with him at 4. And she's coming with me. Now it's about me. And then we're going to go get the acai bowls.
That's a date.
It's a good Friday night date.
Look at that.
Take it where you can get it, pal.
The way the way dating evolves when you're married is a little bit different. Now we go get body work. We go get body work, and then who knows what happens. But then my son's got a basketball game, so that's our date night tomorrow. A little shock therapy. When you say shock therapy, it makes me think more mental stuff.
Well, you could use that too.
Yeah, can you put this on my head?
Have him put a little extra in there for you.
So shout out to Dr. Singh. Oh, but I was going to tell you. So this gym that's in between the juice place or whatever, right? So outside the windows of the gym, they show like a Pilates machine, and they show a VersaClimber, which is this horrible cardio machine.
It's the worst thing ever.
It's the worst thing ever. And it implies that they have this whole gym is full of these machines. So it's dark. So I decided to go walk up to the window to look in to see, is this a class for these VersaClimbers? That's crazy. So I walk up the window because it's dark and tinted windows. And I stick my head up in the window to look, so I got my hands over my eyes. I'm looking in the window, and it's a whole bunch of women doing Pilates. There's none of those machines, and they all stop to look at me. And now I'm standing in this mirror.
Are you mouthing?
Looking like the biggest perv.
Totally.
And I was like, oh, no. I just wanted to look at the cardio machines. Oh, God.
Like, what's this guy doing?
Right.
Well, maybe their marketing is like, we do Pilates, you don't have to use a VersaClimber here. Maybe that's what they're trying to tell you.
All these people turned to look at me, and I had to take steps backwards slowly to get away. I had no idea that I was going to be looking at all these women working out.
Oh, my gosh.
I felt so terrible.
How awkward.
Very awkward. All right, it's Thursday. Time for War of the Roses. We got Jose on the line. Patch him through. Jose, can you tell us a little bit about what's going on with you?
Oh, I think my fiance is hooking up with the maintenance guy while I'm at work.
Hello. Okay, I think we'll take this case. Hold on the line. War of the Roses starts next with Johnjay and Rich.
You gotta go and get angry at all of my honesty. Yeah, I know that I let you down, I'm sorry now.
Not only do you need to know if they're cheating, you deserve to know the truth. War of the Roses, right now with Johnjay and Rich.
Johnjay and Rich. It's time for War of the Roses. You're in a relationship. You think someone's cheating on you. So you come to us, and we're going to find out for you. And there's no better time than during the Christmas wish season when we're granting wishes and people are crying and we're giving them food and we're paying for schools and we're doing everything we can for electricity and giving kids presents. Let's find out if dad's cheating on you, on your mom. Huh? Christmas wish. Jose, good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, looks the other way around. Mom cheating on dad. What's up, Jose? What's your story?
Well, honestly, I've been feeling, kind of off lately. I can't shake the feeling that, something's going on. It's my fiance. And, I feel like the maintenance guy's been showing up way more often to fix something in our apartment. Like, something keeps breaking and we keep getting the maintenance guy over and, it's just starting to seem a little weird,
Mm-hmm.
So, like, at first I thought it was just normal, but now I see them driving around on his golf cart, and, like, I waved at him once. He didn't even acknowledge me, but he waved at her, and it just felt a little too friendly. So, I don't know. I just feel like something's up.
Could he be a maintenance man / OBGYN?
Oh, man.
All types of maintenance, I guess.
Jeez Louise.
Full service of the maintenance.
Jose does not want to hear that. Right, you would think the maintenance guy would be friendly with everybody. You would think.
Should be.
Yeah. And is it unusual? Do you have like an old apartment that a lot needs fixing?
Yeah, not really, but it's just, I don't know. It's hard to describe. It's kind of like a vibe like I get, I mean, it's just something feel like I'm picking up on. And I've never had any issues with my fiance before, but, like, I just can't stop wondering if there's something going on between, like, her and the maintenance guy. But,
when I moved into my neighborhood a long, long time ago, one of my neighbors, who was a friend of mine, was telling me about this couple that lived down the street. And they had remodeled their house, and the construction workers were there, and he was like, the wife was always wearing, like, sexy clothes and stuff, and that my friend was driving home one time, and the wife was, like, on one of those longboard skateboards, like, the construction guy was riding it down, and she was standing in front of it with her hands out like Titanic.
Oh, my gosh.
Like, they were, like, going down while the husband was at work, and there was all this, like, she'd be laying out while the guys were working, and it was implied that something happened, but I could tell you that they still live in my neighborhood, and they're still married.
Oh, that's
Jose,
nice.
you're
Their house looks great.
for that
by the way.
picture.
Worked it out.
Yeah, but isn't that, can you imagine driving home and seeing your wife?
No.
Whee! With the construction worker on the skateboard?
I would think I just jumped into a new parallel dimension.
All right, Jose, what's your fiance's name?
Marissa.
And what's the maintenance guy's name?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, maybe that's why he looks at you weird. You haven't reached out to him. Maybe there's nothing going on.
I've been to his house 20 times. You can't learn my name.
I mean,
is it Schneider?
It's possible, but, he's also like 10 years younger than me. Look, maybe it's just me being insecure, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe it's just this weird feeling that I'm getting for no reason, but, I call y'all to see if there is something maybe going on.
Maybe just being insecure. Maybe you're too much like your mother. Too bold.
Wow.
What?
Huh?
When doves cry.
Yeah, when doves cry.
Prince.
I heard a lyric in there.
No, I had to work that out for a second.
Gotcha.
All right, we're going to call Marissa and see who she thinks is sending her flowers. Jose or whoever the maintenance man is. All right, so you stick around, Jose. We'll do it next. Is that cool with you?
Yeah.
War of the Roses continues next.
Johnjay and Rich.
Here's the deal. Marissa has been spending a lot of time with the maintenance man. The maintenance man's been coming over a lot. And the maintenance man does not wave at Jose, does not say hi to Jose. And whenever he sees the guy riding around the golf cart. So now you think something's up, Jose, between Marissa, your wife, and the maintenance man, and you don't know his name.
Yeah, that's right.
And you said you saw them on a golf cart together?
No. Me and my wife were going for a walk, or fiance rather.
Okay.
And yeah, he like was driving by on his golf cart, and I waved at him, and he didn't even like acknowledge me, but then he like waved at my fiance,
Okay.
How do you know if one wave is not coming to you?
For both of you.
Yeah. How do you know?
It was. That's what I'm saying. It was like the way he was looking like at her, like the eye contact.
Okay. All right.
It felt like a slight towards me or something.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to call her up, right? Kyle, you need a little... You got
I'm new here. Well, no, it's not I'll say just like that.
I don't know. I haven't seen Wicked yet, but you sounded what I would think Galinda would sound like. When you went,
maybe a little bit. I guess kind of a little bit.
in fact, you should be, hi, I'm Galinda from J&R Flowers. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Hi there. Is Marissa available?
Yeah, it's Marissa.
Perfect. Hi, Marissa. My name is Ivy. I'm with a new company. We're called J&R Flowers. And I have some really good news for you, but then also some bad news, and I kind of need your help. So it's like my third day working here. I really need this job. And I've mixed some things up a little bit. So, Marissa, the great news is somebody's trying to send you gorgeous bouquet of flowers. I wouldn't even call it bad news. The other news where I would maybe need your help is helping me decipher. There's actually 2 Marissas going out today, and I want to make sure that we're getting the right one. So it's either your birthday or someone is sending you our Pure Passion bouquet, which is romantic flowers. And I'm just wondering if you might, is it your birthday?
No, it's not my birthday.
Okay, well, this is great news. And someone is sending you, like I said, it's our Pure Passion bouquet. It's a dozen long stem red roses. It is so romantic. Any idea of who may be sending you that, just to make sure I've got the right one?
I think it could be Diego. Is it from Diego?
Wow. Wait,
yeah.
I'm assuming the maintenance guy is Diego?
Hello, what?
Yeah. Oh, so you want to play dumb now? Look, you're hooking up with the maintenance guy, aren't you? Behind my back. Seriously, Marissa? Seriously? How long has this going on?
A couple of months now. I'm so sorry. I know it doesn't make sense. I don't even know how I ended up here. I know I should have told you sooner.
Marissa, let me jump in for a second. Hold on. Jose, let me tell you what's going on. Marissa, you're on the radio right now. You're live on the radio, War of the Roses with Johnjay and Rich. Jose called us because he thought there was some suspicious behavior between you and Diego.
I messed up. Okay. I messed up. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Oh my! I can't believe this is really happening. I just thought it was a suspicion, but you're actually cheating on me with the maintenance guy. This is like a cliche.
Yeah.
It's usually the pool guy is the cliche, I think. When you hear like Desperate Housewives, remember it was a pool guy?
Yeah, but there's a whole thing with servicemen.
Oh my gosh, and you just admitted it, Marissa, right away.
I know. She feels guilty.
Yeah, obviously. That's not good.
Well, maybe it's better than her trying to lie her way through it.
That's true. I mean, you are probably, I'm assuming, going to try to save a marriage here at this point, but wow.
Yes. No, we're not even married yet. We're just engaged, and now I don't even know. I don't even think we're going to be able to get married because this is ridiculous. This is messed up.
We'll talk about it. I'm so sorry. I don't even know what happened, but I want this to work.
Wait.
I'm sorry.
So would you like to still be engaged, Marissa?
Yeah, I would want that.
No, you messed up like big time. I honestly, I don't even know what to say to you right now. Like,
I don't want it to end like this. Please, I'm sorry. We'll talk about it.
I need some space. This is a lot to process.
Hey, can I jump in for 1 second? I'm sorry, I don't want to shift gears for real quick. My wife just texted me and asked me if she could get Diego's number for some issues around the house.
Oh my gosh.
We got the baseboards need some work and some plumbing issues. So can I get Diego's number for her?
Stop it. No.
Not the time.
No.
Hello?
I'm sorry, Jose.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yes.
I love you.
No, it's just not. It's hard to believe that when you've been, sleeping around with the maintenance guy. I don't even know what to say.
Like, you got to move at that point, right? Like, you can't even live in that same place.
Yeah.
I would think.
That would be tough.
I'm definitely going to be moving, so you can do whatever you want, Marissa.
We'll talk about it. Not on the air, but we'll talk about it.
At least she's honest now. I guess there's that.
No, that doesn't help at all. The honesty and loyalty is never doing it in the first place.
Hey, my wife just texted again.
Johnjay.
She's stuck in the washing machine and wants to know if Diego can come over and help get her unstuck.
Stop it right now, because that is
wrong
a thing.
for that.
Terrible.
So if we can get Diego's number.
I'm so sorry, you guys.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Jose.
He's in demand.
Yeah, Marissa, you done messed up, girl.
Yeah. All right, you guys. Well, Jose, you had a vibe. We're glad we could help you get an answer.
Yeah, I guess. It's still a shock.
I know. Well, it's going to be a shock for a while. All right, man. Marissa, thanks for going on the air with us.
I guess.
Yeah. All right, that's War of the Roses with Johnjay and Rich.
Something's got a hold on me lately. Yeah, you're breaking my heart, baby. You make a mess of me.
It's Johnjay and Rich. You guys, it's Thursday.
It's Thursday and Johnjay's got a game for you.
You know, we all do dumb things. Sometimes we do dumb things, we're little kids. Other times we're drunk adults. I'm going to play 3 clips for you. You have to tell me if they are a drunk adult or a little kid. Now, I will tell you, cornflake alert, because one of these is kind of gross.
Okay.
But pretty relatable. All right, here we go. Drunk kid or little adult? Actually, it's the other way around.
The little kid, drunk adult.
Yes, here we go.
I squirted ketchup all over the dining room wall of a restaurant, spelling out the word fart.
Payton?
Has to be a little kid.
Rich?
Drunk adult.
Kyle?
Kid.
I was a drunk adult.
Oh, my gosh.
I was at some burger place in Miami and just hammered, hammered. I thought it'd be funny to write the word fart on the wall of the dining room with a bottle of ketchup. So long story short, I was arrested and spent 2 nights in jail because I couldn't make bail. Good times.
What a menace. I would be so mad if I had to clean that up.
If he says drunk, you're like, yeah, I can see where you think that was funny. If you're
Fart,
drunk.
though? Like, that's such like a little kid word.
Okay, little kid or drunk adult. Now, this is the one you need a cornflake alert for, okay? But just hear me out.
I got caught eating my boogers when I didn't think anybody was looking.
Payton?
Drunk adult.
Kyle?
Little kid.
Rich?
Little kid.
I was a little kid. I was obsessed with eating my boogers when I was little. Back in 3rd grade, my teacher turned the lights out so we could watch a movie, right? I didn't think anybody could see me, so I ate my boogers, and they were freaking delicious.
Ew.
And I didn't realize that an enormous group of classmates was just behind me watching. My nickname all year after that was the Booger Beast. I transferred to a different school because the bullying was so unbearable.
Isn't that crazy? It reminds me of my friend Greg. One time in 9th grade, we were on the football team, and they found like a picture of like a cutout of a Playboy in his locker, and everyone started calling him Porno Patterson.
That didn't stick for all these years. It should have.
And then another time they found a Twinkie in his locker, so they just started calling him Twinkie. But he didn't transfer. All right, little kid or drunk adult?
I vomited on my plate of shrimp scampi while eating at a Red Lobster.
Payton?
Drunk adult, no little kids eating shrimp scampi.
Kyle?
I ate shrimp scampi as a kid, so I'll say little kid.
Yeah,
Okay,
Red
Rich?
Lobster, that's a family place, little kid.
I was a drunk adult.
Oh.
I had too many wines before going to a Red Lobster, and halfway through my plate of shrimp scampi, I started to feel really nauseous, and I threw up all over my plate.
Gross.
Everybody was looking at me. My date was still hungry, so we didn't even leave right away. I had to sit there with everybody looking at me while I was covered in vomit. I wanted to die of embarrassment.
And they're okay with finishing their meal.
I know.
That's so gross.
Keep eating. What?
Throwing up on a date that was like so embarrassing.
You've done it?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah, I was really sick one time and I was on antibiotics and I was in San Diego for my 21st birthday. And apparently my antibiotics didn't have a good reaction of like me being out in the sun. And we went out to eat and I literally was like so sick to my stomach and I threw up on my date. It was really embarrassing.
And how did your date handle it?
She was really sweet about it. We're still really good friends.
Was it during a romantic moment or something? Or you just
like we were on a date. Like we were in San Diego.
I know,
for
but are
like a
you like
trip.
at the dinner table holding hands, or are you like in bed kissing and you puke?
No, like we were at the dinner table, like having a conversation. I was like, I am going to throw up right now. And I had to like walk out. It was so embarrassing. I cried.
All right. All right. Very eye-opening game today. A little kid or drunk adult.
And Johnjay's got a game for you.
What you need to do is be thankful for the life you got, you know what I'm saying?
It's Johnjay and Rich. Brian.
Good morning.
Is this Brian?
Yeah, I was. I think I messed with you when you first answered the phone. I said, hey, it's Diego. I heard you were looking for a maintenance man.
Oh, so let me tell you what happened. So I picked up the phone, and I go, Johnjay and Rich. The guy goes, this is Diego. I heard you're looking for a maintenance man. I go, please hold. Put him on hold. I go, hey, Nick, some guy for a maintenance man. And then it hit me. And then I go, oh, wait, he's Diego from War of the Roses.
Yes.
Very funny, Brian.
But the real reason I called as I was trying to mess with you was you did Thursday, and Johnjay's got a game for you. And I remember way back when this gal called and said it drives her crazy every time you do that Rich goes bum, bum, and he did it this morning.
Yeah, he brought it back after not doing it
I'm
for
not
a while.
stopping. I'm not stopping being me. I'm going to be me.
So I just had to call and say that because my wife's like, he doesn't do that anymore. He got called out on it, and then I heard it this morning. I was like, I got to call him.
When the mood hits, when the inspiration hits, we just go.
Oh, well, thanks,
That
brother.
was all. I just wanted to give you a heck this morning.
Thanks, brother. Check out this text from a 760 number. Johnjay, your inappropriate jokes at inappropriate times are usually only mildly secondhand embarrassing, but mostly funny. But, oh, man, you went too far with Diego jokes on War of the Roses this morning. That was such a sad situation. Your jokes were cringe. I actually yelled, Johnjay, stop, at the radio. I still love you, but maybe read the room once in a while. I felt so bad for Jose. Well, my jokes are about my wife, though.
Right.
I mean, it's like, this is a radio show. We are trying to have fun. If somebody calls up and wants to participate in this kind of segment, I mean, I somewhat have to interject my personality.
Well, they're just
if
jokes.
not, then go see a therapist.
They even said jokes. Your jokes. They're jokes.
Yeah, they're jokes. Thank you. They're jokes.
But we could also be
But also, we're trying to, you can't let the room be so sad and
So
depressive.
heavy.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Anyway.
Yeah, and you're not a read the rumor.
I don't read the room.
Yeah,
I leave a room.
You leave the
That
room.
is true. You do not read the room.
I just read that text. Someone complained about my Diego jokes, right, during War of the Roses. And good morning. She texted too.
Hi, good morning, guys. We've been listening to you guys forever. But yeah, we love your jokes. And I'll tell you, there's 3 reasons why we do. One, I think it's funny that it does make Kyle and Payton a little, I can tell they're feeling a little embarrassed.
And
But then
uncomfortable.
two-
Yeah.
Yeah, uncomfortable.
Ann says, my daughters and I love Johnjay's inappropriate jokes at cringe moments. # more Diego jokes. Right?
Well, yeah, totally. And, the other thing, too, is, like, it also, because we know that it makes Payton and Kyle feel uncomfortable, we know that's part of your personality, Johnjay. Like, I feel like we're part of an inside joke, and it makes us feel like we're part of the family. So,
thank you,
And
Ann.
you're authentic. I love that. So
Well, thanks for listening.
We enjoy it.
Thanks, Ann. Have a great day. You're a great mom.
All right, we love you guys.
Love you too. Bye-bye. Okay, so what do we got on Saturday Night Live?
I love this. So they did like this video where they got a bunch of the like SNL cast members to say what their big first splurge was after their first SNL paycheck. And Pete Davidson, he kept it real.
My biggest indulgence after my first SNL paycheck. Do you guys know what they pay us? It's like $3,000 an episode. I think I got dinner.
Jason Sudeikis said, we don't make enough money to make a big purchase, so I think New York Rent was probably the biggest purchase. And then like Julia Louis-Dreyfus, she was like, I bought a pair of shoes that were way outside of my budget. They were $75.
So what's going on with Nick Cannon?
Nick Cannon's got some drama, and it's NSFW drama, if you will. So there is a guy named Orlando Brown who did an interview, and in it, he claimed that him and Nick had a rendezvous of the not safe for work type, right? He claimed that Nick Cannon did things to him, if you will.
Wow.
Nick Cannon said, I did not do that to him.
I'm entertained by all his interviews. Whether he talking about me or he talking about anybody, but I don't take him serious.
He also said, I didn't do that.
Yeah, and Nick Cannon was like, the media is exploiting Orlando Brown. But like Kyle, you said some guy, Orlando Brown. That's Eddie from That's So Raven. That's like my childhood. That's not just some guy.
It's some guy named Orlando Brown.
Isn't Orlando Brown?
So Raven's like 20 years old at this point.
Orlando Brown is married to Katy Perry, isn't he?
That's Orlando Blue. In any case, there was also another accusation that there is a romantic relationship going on behind the scenes with Kevin Hart and Nick Cannon. But yeah, not sure if that's been denied, just so you know.
Johnjay and Rich. Good morning, Carissa.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, what's up? Thanks for holding.
So, today I found out that my sweet, perfect, wonderful, beautiful little 7-year-old nephew has figured out my phone's passcode, which is, I guess, kind of on me. And I found out because he sent my boss a text that says, it says, "You're stinky, you suck, big booby."
Definitely sounds like a 7-year-old.
And your boss texted you back?
He did. He he said, "Carissa?" ? So,
well, at least he didn't think it was you.
Oh man, he's never gonna live this down.
I remember stuff like that. My son Jake, when he was in elementary school, he went up to the grease board and he erased something to make it dirty. And it's so funny, but I can't remember what it was. He was like 6 years old or something, 7 years old. It was so funny, but it was like that.
But you get called like to the teachers.
Yeah, I thought it was great. God, I wish I could remember what it was. I wonder if I can call Blake and ask her really quick.
Why do you keep calling a whiteboard erase board a grease board?
Isn't that what that is? A grease board?
No, that's a whiteboard.
I was just call it a dry erase board. I don't know.
What do you call it, dry erase
Or a chalkboard. One day that 7-year-old nephew of yours is going to be a manager himself. And he's going to get texts like that.
He's just going to have his
I
email
am going to
signature
send
as
the
that.
text.
Yes.
I think
I will send the text.
Did you respond to the manager like, "Oh my God, I'm sorry, that was my son"? Did you?
I did. I sent a picture of the perpetrator. So.
Oh, I thought you sent a picture of the boobs.
What?
These are the crusty, smelly old boobs.
Oh.
All right, hold on. Let me pick up my wife real quick. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Blake, you there?
Yes. Yes.
Hey, beautiful. So we have someone, Carissa, on the line. She tells a story about her 7-year-old that sent a text to her boss, and it made me think of that time. What did Jake do in class on the whiteboard?
Oh, it said Miss Whitworth's class, and he had a substitute, and he erased the C and the L.
Ms. Whitworth's ass. Hilarious.
That was in first grade.
First grade.
They were going on a field trip.
Isn't that funny? That's so funny.
Oh, Jake.
So not him, too. That's the funny part of it. That's totally not like him. That's something that Dutch would do, not Jake.
Yeah. Well, all right. Thanks. Have a great day. Love you.
Okay, you too.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Anyway, is your boss cool with it, Carissa, or no?
Up laughing with me, but I was so embarrassed at first. Oh my gosh, it's a new job, and so I didn't know how it would go over, but it turned out fine. We laughed.
That's funny.
Well, thanks for calling in, and thank you for sharing that story with us, Carissa.
Thank you, and thank you for sharing yours. That was actually really helpful.
Thank you for saying thank you. 877-937-1047. Just in case you've been through a version of this, let us know. Or text us. Text JJR and whatever you've been through where your kid got access to your phone to 96893.
For a while there it was rough. These beautiful things that I've got.
Johnjay and Rich and I were just trying to figure out the iPhone did this new update and it's a disaster.
So obnoxious.
I text him, it goes through in blue. He texts me, I don't get it, or it's all in green and it doesn't come. Then he did text me and I got it, but it was in green on his side.
What?
Isn't that weird?
That's
Did you block me until I called it out? Is that what happened? No, but my cousin's visiting. She's saying the same thing. People that she texts all the time, like they can text her, but she can't text them. Now I'm experiencing the same thing.
You know how you scroll through Instagram, you see stories, you just, not stories, but you just scroll through Instagram. You ever do just scroll? So I saw a headline, I kept going, I didn't go back, but it said there's a new iPhone 18.1 update. Then maybe there's something newer. Maybe this has been a disaster.
It is so far.
It moved around all of my stuff, which is really annoying. But the one cool thing about it though is that you can change the color of your apps. Like you can customize your app color.
Welcome to Android 1985.
I know. That's kind of cool. You can make it pink if you want.
Damn it, Kyle. It's so right.
I wanted to play this clip for you guys. There's a woman who's getting married this month, and she posted a video. There was a mix-up. She ordered a wedding guest book. Okay. And what she got is when she says what she got, I wonder what image is going to pop in your head, and then I'll describe what she got.
I get married in 12 days, and today I was supposed to get my guest book. And when I opened it, nothing could have prepared me for what I was about to open. Shoulder meat. What is that? I got a picture book of people I do not know with meat on their shoulder. So if you were supposed to get this and instead you got mine, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Who orders that?
So
Is
picture a guest book, the normal guest book, right, for a wedding. Same type of guest book. And when you open it up, it's like a picture of me, if I was like this looking at you, Kyle, and there was a piece of meat on my shoulder. Then you change the page, and there's a picture of a woman with like a pork chop on her shoulder.
Oh, so
like it's the weirdest thing.
At the beginning, she says, I open up my guest book. Shoulder meat is what she's saying. She said shoulder meat.
Shoulder meat.
Like that's a thing.
That's so weird.
Like I thought maybe it was from a cow, a chunk of meat is what she got instead. Maybe the shoulder of the cow. But no, it's photos of random people with pieces of meat on their shoulder.
Maybe they love Lady Gaga and they're trying to bring back like the meat dress vibes.
What a keepsake for her.
It's so strange.
That's bizarre.
Yeah, what was the other one going to put for you guys?
People are weird.
No, if you seriously, if that's something you would order, can you please call us? Because I don't understand. I want to understand. Right. Is this
Also,
a thing we're missing out on?
You know how I think last night they lit the Christmas tree at Rockefeller Center. It's like a big deal, right? So I guess in Ireland, they have the same type of deal where they light this Christmas tree and thousands of people show up. But what happened was all these people showed up and they did a countdown and then the tree didn't turn on.
Oh, no.
So they did a countdown again and the tree didn't turn on. Well, listen. 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It didn't happen, and then 15 minutes later, the officials came out and said, "Hey, sorry, not going to happen."
Couldn't get it.
Have a good evening. Not going to light the Christmas tree.
I love their sense of humor, though. They just keep cracking up.
Hey, Carla. Good morning. Carla.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes. This is hi.
What's up?
Is this Johnjay?
You got the whole show here. You're live on the radio.
Hey, Carla.
Johnjay, Rich, Kyle, Payton. Hi.
Hi. First of all, good morning. I just want to give a shout out to all your guys' family members, like you just call your wife. I want to say thank you to all of them for being so open and supportive, because it's beautiful that they share all your life stories. You guys call them. They're there. I think it's a bless that you guys have such a great family, boyfriend, wife and everything. So I just want to give my heart to them to being so supportive to you guys.
Oh, that's
love
nice.
You. And, without them, I think the show wouldn't be that great either, because they're so wonderful.
It's true. They're so sweet.
You're right. Thank you, Carla. That's very nice of you.
Happy holidays. Happy holidays to you and the family and the loved ones. And thank you for taking my call. Have a great day.
All right. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thanks.
I love it. Yeah, you can call us for anything. 877-937-1047. You can text us for anything. You text JJR and whatever you want to say to 96893. Now, we are going to play a new game that I'm very, very excited for. Hey, Nick, I'll solicit for a contestant, okay? Because I know this is a game you've worked on very hard. Do you guys know the name of this game?
No.
I can't wait for you guys to know the name. All right, so 877-937-1047 to play the game. In the meantime, Rich, tell us about the date you went on.
Well, yeah, speaking of, Carla was talking about how supportive our people are, like Payton's boyfriend, Kyle's husband, Johnjay's wife, my wife, Stacy. Stacy's the newest to the fold since we just got married about 2 years ago. And ever since Payton started this pyramid of putting people on top, my wife, Stacy, is obsessed with being at the top. She does not want to lose. Now, she's been at the top one time, I think, right?
Yeah, I think everybody's been at the top except for Kyle's husband, Fish.
And I feel like what Stacy does is because she knows Payton hosted, she side texts her all the time, trying to be girlfriends, and
she's
making sure.
to what's the word?
Like kind of grease the wheel.
Yeah, butter me
Grease
up.
the wheel. I'm sure the party we had, she knew you were coming, so she made sure that there was drinks that you liked. So when you did the pyramid of awesomeness, she would be towards the top. And I do think she's fabulous in every way, but I would like to complain about one thing that happened just last night.
What happened?
I asked my beautiful wife on a date because we had a kid-free zone. right? So let's go. Let's go to Buck and Ryder. Let's go there early. It is going to be a date between you and I on a rare night when we don't have kids with us. My kids are at their mom's house and her kids are at their dad's house. So she says, well, let's do that. So we're leaving, and she said, however, I just got a note from my youngest son. He had a test late at school. Can we just go pick him up at school on the way to our date, drop him off at his dad's house? I say yes. And so we're in the car driving to his house, and she says, hey, would you like to come on a date with me and Rich and go to dinner with us? And I'm looking like, I don't want anybody else on the date.
Excuse me?
I don't want anybody else on the date. She's like, sure, I love the burgers there. And she's like, great, it's a date. So now it's me, Stacy, and Stacy's kid on my date on my night. So
That's your bonus kid too, though, Rich.
If he's with us on a night, I'm happy to take him along.
So I have this visual. You guys are eating at the restaurant, and Stacy gets up to go to the bathroom. He leans over, looks at you, and goes, "Looks like I ruined your night, Mark."
As he takes a bite of his burger, he just smirks. Yeah, Mark.
Didn't think your night was going to go this way, did you, Mark?
Even the server comes over and she's like, oh, hey, you got a special guest on your date night? I'm like, we do. We got a special guest. So I let her know I was going to submit that to you as the reason she cannot be on the top of the pyramid this week.
Oh, my gosh.
She's
I
out.
don't know. She may have won with the drinks. That was pretty top tier.
Hey, Allie, good morning.
Good morning.
You ready to play a game with us?
Yes.
Okay, I'm very excited just for the name of the game. Nick, what's the game we're going to play?
So, you guys, I like to be topical with my games, you know. Kendrick Lamar announced his big tour this week.
Yeah.
This game is called Anna Kendrick Lamar Odom.
Okay. Oh, my
Anna
gosh.
Kendrick.
Okay.
Anna Kendrick
What
Lamar
is this
Odom.
game?
So, I'm going to play a clip from an interview, and it's either going to be from an actor, an artist, or an athlete. You have to tell me which is which, and if you can guess who the person is, you get a bonus point.
Wowzers.
Okay.
Does that sound fun, you guys? Okay, because I
Sounds
tell
complicated.
you what, it's really fun. Again, Anna Kendrick Lamar Odom.
Got it.
Okay, here we go. Johnjay's first.
We like talk about your dead dog again and bum everybody out again.
Is the answer the person who's talking about the dead dog or the person talking?
It's the person talking about the dead dog.
I'm going to say that is
It's the person talking. It's the person talking. Yes.
Okay. That is a singer.
Okay. Technically,
Kelly
you
Clarkson.
are correct.
Right.
But do you know who it is?
Ariana Grande.
Okay, we are looking for
Anna Kendrick.
Anna Kendrick.
Because technically she's a singer because she does Pitch
She's a
Perfect.
singer.
And she did Into the Woods,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
So 1 point for John Jay officially on the board. Rich.
I can't fathom being as great as Michael without putting out the work.
Okay. So that sounds like Kendrick Lamar talking about Michael Jackson.
Okay.
And
so what would Kendrick Lamar be? An actor?
Yes.
A artist or an athlete?
He's an artist.
Okay, Rich gets 2 points.
For shizzle.
Way to go, Rich. 2 points for Rich. Payton.
As a man, you got to own your
That's an athlete, and that's Lamar Odom talking about cheating on Khloe Kardashian.
Okay, it is an athlete. Congratulations. We were looking for Tristan Thompson.
Dang it.
Close, though.
I screwed that up because if I would have highlighted Kendrick, it would have been the perfect way to get there.
Kinda
My
like,
bad.
they're like the same person. Both kind of trash.
Okay, well,
yeah.
So this next one with Kyle will be fun.
I'm going so heavy with the drugs. The woman actually gets into my phone and actually calls Chloe like, "Oh, we got to come get them." He's like going crazy.
That is athlete Lamar Odom.
Yeah, 2 points for Kyle in this game.
I don't
Way
know
to
if I
go.
can ever forgive Lamar Odom for saying that Khloe Kardashian smelled like earring backs. That was messed up of him.
Okay. That wasn't the clip I played, though.
I know, but I like telling that story because I think it's messed up.
Okay, Allie, you get the game?
Yes.
Okay, so you need to tell me if this is an athlete, actor, or artist.
Okay.
Yes, I own the weed farm. It's in Palm Springs, California, and it's 400 acres property.
An actor?
Okay.
I have no idea who that is.
The man did appear in The Hangover. Anybody know who it
Payton.
was?
He acted in that last fight.
he
That's
sure did.
also true.
Yep.
We are looking for Mike Tyson. So Allie got on the board with 1 point. Anna Kendrick Lamar Odom, round 2. We're going to kick things off with Johnjay.
So I was 15 drinking espresso.
I'm going to guess that is an artist, Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could have said actor, too.
Oh,
She
yeah,
was in, the fabulous show Girl Meets World. Congratulations, Johnjay. 2 points. Taking a commanding lead, Rich.
I'm angling for Sexiest Man of the Year.
Ooh, okay. Actor.
Yeah, okay.
I'm angling for Sexiest Man of the Year. Who is Steve Carell?
Steve Carell. You know what, guys? That's not right.
Michael Cera.
Correct. Michael Cera is not right either.
Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell it is. Way to go, Kyle.
Boy, that didn't sound like him.
Okay.
Don't be an idiot.
3 points for Rich in this game. 3 points for Johnjay. Tied for the lead. Payton.
They play a song. It's very trumpet based. It goes something like that's my team.
Oh, jeez. I don't know. Let's say that's a singer.
Okay.
And I know it's not, but the song Trumpets by Jason Derulo just came up in my head because of trumpets. So I'm going to say singer Jason Derulo.
Well, you're wrong.
Rich for the steal.
Go ahead, Rich.
That is, I would say, actor and athlete. I believe that's John Cena.
Yes, that is correct. He is also an artist. He did release a rap album in
that's right.
2003. So,
Cool.
Payton, I'm so sorry. No points. No
so
points.
mad.
1 point. You're going to lose. Kyle.
My very first job was working at this place called Magic Fit Sneakers.
Remember how topical I am
That
in
is.
the tour.
Yes. Okay. Well, you just gave me the answer. So that was a singer.
Okay.
Is her name SZA?
2 points for Kyle. Way to go. Wow, Kyle. Unbelievable.
Thank you.
Allie, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say you win, but you have to get one of these right.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
You've got this very unique moment in life where you've got 1 foot in childhood and 1 foot in adulthood.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my gosh. I thought this was the easiest one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, she's a huge star.
Biggest artist in the world.
Okay, it's an artist.
Yeah, it feels like you know it all too well. Or maybe.
Yeah! All right. Hold on the line, Allie. We'll set you up.
Got it.
Kyle's got 3 things we need to know. Coming up next, Johnjay and Rich.
Good morning. Wake up every morning. Start your day with Johnjay and Rich.
I wake up with my favorite artist.
Hey, this is Sabrina Carpenter.
What's up, guys? This is Post Malone.
It's Benson Boone, and you're waking up with Johnjay and Rich.
Johnjay and Rich. Kyle, what are 3 things we need to know today?
We've heard this before, but the FBI has issued a big warning because it is a scam that has just blown up, and criminals are using this over and over again. They're hijacking QR codes by replacing stickers with codes they create over the top of a QR code. So like at a restaurant where you would scan for your menu, they would actually put a sticker of their QR code over it. You put there, it turns you to a phishing website where they can steal your personal and financial information.
So wrong.
I'm not a big fan of the QR codes anyway, so just be very aware that like if you are going to scan one, that you know it's absolutely legit. Johnjay, I saw this story and I immediately thought of your sister because your sister lives in California. So there is someone in California that has a winning lottery ticket worth almost $200 million, and it expires Saturday night at midnight.
Oh my
so
gosh.
if they don't turn it in, it's gone.
Wow.
I know, so tell your sister.
That's too bad.
Let me know.
Well, so it's not the most recent Powerball thing.
It's not.
Is that? Did anyone win that?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
It's Friday again.
Yeah.
Friday, it happens again.
Yep. So if you know anyone in California, they tell them to check their lottery tickets because someone's about to lose out on a lot of money. So I think like I use a lot of emojis, but I don't know if I use like an excessive amount of emojis. I think you guys too, right? So they found that those who do use a lot of emojis tend to have a higher emotional intelligence, which is the ability to just understand and perceive and manage your emotions and the emotions of others. They actually said if like you don't use a lot of emojis with your friends and romantic partners, they've associated it with a personality style known as avoidant attachment,
Dang.
which often involves prioritizing self-reliance and independence over emotional closeness and intimacy.
Wow.
So just, on your friends' text and your lovers' text.
Step it up.
Go ahead and look back and just notice, are they using a lot of emojis? Because if not, they may be avoiding attachment.
You know, the other day, my wife and I were flirting back and forth on the phone, and so I wanted to, I was going to text, and I was kind of like driving. Maybe I was at a red light. I can't remember what I was doing, but I couldn't focus to find the right emojis. So I was going to make a reference to her breasts, right?
Okay.
And so immediately, I'm not an emoji guy, so I start searching for watermelons.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of watermelon. But the only watermelon I found were the sliced watermelon emoji. So I sent that to her, right? No response. And I'm just like...
She's like, what?
Then I had to go, those are boobs, by the way. It's supposed to be watermelon. Like, they're totally ruined the movie.
You should have just done the melons.
What are the
They
melons?
have like a cantaloupe melon.
Oh, I
that's
should have
a
gone
full
cantaloupe.
melon.
Okay.
Well, just type in melon next time.
Okay, because I typed in
Keep it
watermelon,
simple.
you get the slice, but it's like... And then I was trying to think... I think people do the parentheses, period, parentheses. I didn't think about that.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I
That's
know.
like old school.
I know.
old
So what do you
school.
say, melon?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you type in melon,
Do
I've
what he can.
definitely seen.
Refire that one.
Yeah, there's
Just
a
out of
melon.
nowhere.
There's a melon
Yeah.
emoji.
Melon.
I'm pretty sure that's a cantaloupe.
Oh, yeah. Well, see, if you type in melon, the one to the left of it is those sliced watermelon, which is...
Well,
looks
because
like-
you already used it.
I know.
It thinks
that's
that's
why?
your thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, sliced watermelon emoji doesn't go anywhere.
A big fail on that one. And that's 3 things you need to know.
Christmas Wish is back. We want to hear about a family. We want to hear about families that need help. And we're going to do everything we can to help as many families as we can. We're going to grant another Christmas Wish tomorrow. So go to johnjayrich.com or 1047kissfm.com and let us know how we can help.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you want to get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
Hello, iHeart listener. We have a confession to make. Both iHeart and this commercial you're listening to right now would probably sound a heck of a lot better on the new Roku Pro Series TV. It's got side-firing speakers that fill your room with sound, Dolby Atmos audio that puts you right in the middle of the entertainment, and the ability to pair seamlessly with your home theater sound systems that already have surround sound and booming bass. If all that sounds too good to be true, it'll sound even better on the new Roku Pro Series. Your hearing isn't better, your TV is.
I'm Molly Roberts.
And I'm Drew Goins. Each Friday on Impromptu, we talk through the questions we can't stop thinking about.
Do we need to rethink how much we drink?
Why are companies really asking workers to come back to the office?
Does boycotting a business actually work?
Should we quit social media?
We're here when the news gets personal and the headlines hit home.
Join Molly and me every Friday on Impromptu from Washington Post Opinions.
Find Impromptu wherever you get your podcasts.
Breaking news from the stadium tonight as an anonymous fan foot the bill for 55,000 hot dogs, bringing that sweet tubed meat to everyone in attendance.
Free dogs!
Yeah!
55,000 hot dogs? What does that even cost?
While the identity of this Frankfurter philanthropist remains anonymous, their all-beefy generosity will go down in history.
The new Mega Millions. More to win means more to give. How you spend it is up to you.
Yeah!
For game odds and details, visit sceducationlottery.com.